gotta be an idiot to bet on that parlay.
It's DTF or bust.
Put it on my mama's porch tomorrow. Welcome back to Hold My Bev Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Park. Here with me, as always, the one, the only DTF. And special guest, big fan of the show, Mr. Jason Byer.
Big Jason.
Is that a tall boy? Guy. Damn. Where'd you get that at?
That's the big papa.
I have not seen one of those. Right now, I'm sipping on the banana ones, trying to get rid of them. I can't.
I'm sipping on a high noon.
Yeah, I was at the corner store and I saw it. I was like, yeah, I kind of have to get it. But then it kind of pissed me off because I started looking at the back of it. And, like, they list the ingredients here, right? And they start telling you, like, amount of servings per container. And there's 2 servings. There's no such thing as if I know a tall boy. That's not 2 servings. That's like a half serving. That kind of pissed me off while I was in the line, to be honest with you.
Jason, do you by chance have your... Do you have your AirPods connected as your microphone too, by chance?
Yeah, it's fucked.
You do? No, that's not too bad. I was just curious.
Yeah, I do. I don't have a microphone like you.
I was just curious. All good. So, Jason, we're going to go ahead and let you take the floor real quick. Go ahead and introduce yourself, how you know us, and everything.
All right, well, shit, you put me on the stand like that. I don't even know you guys, to be honest. I found you guys off YouTube and just started listening along. I'm just a, fellow listener. These guys are a couple of lads, Hold My Bev Pocket. I want to be on that. No, I'm just playing. I work with Dylan. Met Dylan through work. Played golf with Dylan. Had a couple drinks with Dylan, and a couple drinks led to me, Brandon, and we had drinks, saw a couple things. And next thing you know, I'm all of a sudden on this podcast. I guess a little bit about myself. I'm a fucking degenerate gambler, just full-blown degenerate. Got my Jack t-shirt on here.
Hey.
Good luck, Always repping the JJettas, down there about once a week if I can. If not, at least once a week, get down there, hit a little bow fag, get the bow fag going, get into some slots, start pushing that button, hit no sandos, just grandos, get a couple handies, and then bam, we're out of there, a couple bandies. Next thing you know, we're in Vegas. We're fucking gambling in Vegas for free stay. Next thing you know, Bahamas trip, valuable player points. That's, I guess, a little bit about myself.
Hey.
I hope you get to it. I really hope so.
Yeah, I mean, I always say, you go and you play. It doesn't really matter if you win or lose. If you lose and you got that player card in there, valuable player point, almost just as valuable as money. Like, if you could turn that into cash, I could probably go down to the casino right now, buy it, and then run it by myself, and that could be my job. But unfortunately, you can't turn valuable player points into cash. It's kind of bullshit in my opinion, but it is what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a little bit about myself. Love drinking, obviously. So.
Hey, nothing's wrong with a good drink.
Jason was also a degenerate college football player.
Oh yeah, I did play football for 2 years and then hung the cleats up. Sometimes shit gets in the way. I kind of just wanted to, some points in your life you're like, I kind of want to do this instead. And for me, it was I kind of wanted to drink and party a little bit more than play football at the time. So priorities come, I guess, right? So that's kind of what happened. But yeah, played football for 2 years at a small school in PA called Washington Jefferson College. Shout out all the lads there. Yeah, all my buddies were hung the cleats up, and yeah, then they all transferred. So there were a bunch of losers, and yeah, kind of left me there alone. But a couple lads down there.
Oh yeah. Brandon, we got a lot to get into today. Jason, we're glad to have you on. Finally, we get to put the conversation after the show on the show. But we got to dive into some news first. Brandon, hockey season has arrived. Did you see that incredible intro for the Vegas Golden Knights banner raising?
Yeah, I did.
I was like talking to Jason about it yesterday, and I said, "All right, I need a bet. I need something to bet for opening night." I said they've got a profit boost. He put together a goal parlay, but I wasn't feeling too safe with it, so I waited it out until the end of the night. And at the last minute, I saw that banner raising, and I said, I'm hammering the Vegas money line. So that panned out for me. Got that nice little money line money.
Hey,
Came out last night a winner. But hockey's back.
hockey is indeed back. I started getting into it last season, right before we started this podcast. Still learning a lot about it. Super fun to watch, though.
I got a couple things. All right. I'm a puck lad. It sounds like you're trying to be a puck lad. The only thing you need to know about hockey, rule number 1, get after them early and often. Number 2, get the pucks on net. But before you get the pucks on net, you want to get the pucks in deep. And then number 4, you got to get the puck out. That's all you really need to know. I've been a super hockey fan. I've been a hockey coach. And I've also been kicked out of a hockey game before. I think those three pretty much puts me in a category of a puck lad. So that's, if you don't know anything about hockey, that's all you really need to know.
That's fair. I started paying a little bit of attention, like I said, last year and a little bit the year before that. I had a buddy that was super big into hockey, and he had me watching a bunch of Tampa Bay Lightning games. And a lot of my family members are actually Tampa Bay fans from living down there. So I just kind of generated over towards that bandwagon, if you want to call me a bandwagoner for that. But yeah, I'm hoping for a championship for Tampa this year.
Gabby's family's obviously from Chicago, so we got Blackhawks fans all around us.
Hey,
so
you got something to cheer for, though. You got
I
something
guess.
to cheer for. This dude's supposed to be the next Sid Crosby.
Yeah.
Lightning won last night.
I'm not
Wait,
sure
what?
if they won.
Lightning won last night. Yeah,
Yeah,
they did.
won.
I watched a little bit of it.
You guys hear me all right?
It's a little crackly, but
yeah. Here, let me try something here.
Yeah, I wonder if you go to the Zoom, your preferences, and you can do audio, and you can do your microphone. See if it's the built-in one or see if it's your AirPods.
I changed it from my AirPods to just microphone high definition audio device.
That's way better.
Yeah, dude. No joke. No joke, bro. I'll be talking to people on the phone at work and they'll be like, yeah, we could barely hear you, man. I'm just like, yeah, fuck it. Like,
you gotta buy new AirPods.
Definitely the AirPods. Yeah, some dog shit. Whatever. Fuck it.
Hey, it works. It works.
So you probably couldn't even hear me while I was going through my rants.
We could hear you, but
basically what we heard was puck this and puck that.
That's pretty much all you need to know, dude. Like my little cousin, he plays hockey for a university, and this dude was the Lake County Player of the Year. I used to go to all of his games, and I would like pregame these games like it was a professional hockey game. Like I would get like blacked out drunk and go into these games, dude. I literally didn't even notice that it was a high school hockey game until like one time I was up in my room like slamming beers before the game. I'm like, holy shit, I'm getting fucked up for this high school hockey game. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? But it's awesome. That's the only reason that I know anything about hockey. I just go there and yell the whole time early and often, get the pucks in deep, get the puck out, put the puck on net.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it rolls. I actually love watching hockey, especially in person. I'm hoping one of these Florida trips coming up that me and Caitlin can go down to a Tampa game.
Yeah, it's nice having the Monsters here in Cleveland, but unfortunately, you don't get the same level of play as you do like going to a Lightning game or
Columbus.
Going Columbus even, but going a couple hours east and going to a Penguins game. I've heard the Penguins games are fun. But yeah, it's nice having the Cleveland Monsters here, but
yeah, well, you went to the Detroit game last year, didn't you?
Yeah, we saw the Blackhawks play in Detroit against the Red Wings. That was a good game. Awesome. It was awesome.
I bet.
I wanted to bring something up. Go ahead, Jason.
Hockey is a good sport to drink for. You don't really even have to know what the hell's going on. You're just out there rooting for someone to hit someone into the glass and put them on the ice. You don't even know where the puck's really at half the time because it's going so goddamn fast. You're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna have a couple drinks here.
See, that's my favorite part. And you get real excited when they drop the sticks and pull off the gloves.
Yeah. I think we need that in football.
Yeah, I agree with the
Definitely.
Kelseys. Yeah, we need at least one fight in the game.
Yeah. It'll make everybody feel a little better. But no, I wanted to say I saw this on Twitter today, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this. There was somebody who came out and said it goes like this, and he ranked the four professional sports, and he had NBA 1, NFL 2, MLB 3, and NHL 4. I wanted to get your guys' opinion on that, on where your rankings are for the professional sports.
So I would go. I could see how he has NBA 1. I think it's NFL by far though. NFL, NBA, and to be honest, until October, I would say NHL and then MLB. Because until October, no one really pays attention.
That's one hell of a question there. I could probably go on about hours and hours about this, to be honest with you, just because I feel like it's different circumstances and different answers to this question, right? Because are we talking regular season hockey, regular season NBA, regular season MLB, regular season NFL, the entire season? What are we talking about here? But overall, I would probably go, for my viewing purposes, NFL, MLB, NBA, and NHL. I'm a big NBA or MLB guy because I like to gamble on it, and it's the easiest sport to like dissect and look at stats and bullshit like that and kind of know what's going to happen. So you only bet the first 5 innings, so you don't have to sit through that bullshit when you're going all 9 innings and it's like fucking taking hours on end. So you bet the first 5 innings, you got about an hour and a half, 2 hours, not even, and boom, you're out of there. Only worry about the starting pitcher, look at a couple stats, winner. That's why I like the MLB, but that's just personal. But that's what I think about that topic. That is a good one, though. It's a good topic to bring up there.
Yeah,
What
it
do you
is.
think, buddy?
I look at it in the aspect of what's the most entertaining, and by far what entertains me most, at least growing up, was like the quote unquote like all stars. I thought the NBA All-Star weekend was the greatest show on earth growing up, compared to the Pro Bowl or compared to the MLB All-Star weekend. Like the home run derby's sick, and the Pro Bowl used to be sick when you had fucking Sean Taylor, knocking guys on their ass. But anymore, it's a fucking powder puff league playing on a, random Sunday in Honolulu or Orlando now. I think it was Vegas last year. But the problem with the NBA All-Star weekend is it's got a little watered down with like the dunk contest. The 3-point contest is still pretty true. But baseball has been the most classic. It's sticking, to its guns. But if I'm talking about just an entertaining standpoint, I enjoy the NFL most. Super Bowl Sunday is the best day of the year, in my opinion. That's not my birthday or like Halloween. Or the 4th of July. I love the 4th of July. But Super Bowl Sunday is number one. So football ranks at the top. I actually have to go MLB second because I think I have the most fun going to baseball games than I do any other sport. And then I would put NBA then hockey. NHL is at the bottom of my list only because I haven't been following it enough, growing up, and it's just not been like my priority. Being from Northeast Ohio, we don't have good hockey here, like we've talked about. Shit, if we grew up two hours north up in New York or Canada or Michigan, hockey would have been the shit. But bottom of my list, NFL is king.
Yeah, you bring up a great point there when you're talking. When I said like different circumstances, it brings in a different circumstance when you're actually there. And when I'm actually there, if we're going to talk about attending events, MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL, and I'm just going to put NHL at the bottom there because I don't actually watch professional hockey. I don't go to professional hockey games, so it's automatically fourth for me, and that's just what it is. But it's strange. I love football, and I can watch football hours on end on the weekend, whenever. I watch it nonstop, but then when I'm actually there, I really don't like going to games all too much because then I'm there and I'm like, fuck, there's like 14 other games going on right now that I should be watching.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my
I
biggest
struggle with that every week.
Yeah. Especially with fantasy football. Like that's my biggest thing is I love watching Red Zone on the weekends, especially on like the bye week when Browns don't play. It is like one of my favorite weeks of the year because you're just simply watching degenerate football. No Browns, no worries. But yeah, there's a part of me that's kind of glad we're getting rid of the season tickets next year because I would rather watch football at home. Baseball though, nothing like a walk-off home run. Basketball, there's nothing like a deep three-pointer at the buzzer. I mean, it's just nothing beats it.
I didn't know you were getting rid of your season tickets.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a little bit. I just would rather watch it from our couch and pick like one road game and one home game a year. So looking for
That's fair.
buyers for next year. But that's where I stand right now. I want to try to hit every football stadium. So whenever Browns play somebody, I'm gonna try to make it a thing every year to go somewhere. Last year, us going to Detroit. We're going to Indy next weekend. Wish Anthony Richardson was playing, but guess Gardner Minshew will do. Jonathan Taylor's back, so. But yeah, so
that's dope. Bro,
Yeah.
Speaking of the Browns, did you guys see the picture of Njoku's face?
yeah,
I didn't quite realize it was that bad.
it's on his Instagram. He just posted it
Yeah,
in a series of photos. But yeah, his face is fucked up.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I didn't quite realize it was that bad.
What's weird though is in the video of him walking with the mask on, his chest was completely normal. So it was literally just his face.
Yeah,
He must have intoxicated in some form or the other because how do you get that burnt late in a fire?
Unless you just have gasoline covered all over your face, just lathered.
He must have had a couple beverages or a couple hits of a joint or something. Wasn't thinking all too straight.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you. But let's get into some of that news, Brandon. What you got for us?
Yeah, so we got a couple of things. This week it sounds like Austin Eckler is finally going to be back for those that own him in fantasy football. Pretty excited for that, even though I'm pretty sure I'm going against him this week. So hopefully he's on a snap count. Let's see, Anthony Richardson, like you mentioned before, he's going to be out for 4 to 8 weeks with it's a shoulder injury, I believe, that he has now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which blows, but I mean, shit, they need to get him healthy. We talked about it on the last episode how pretty much every game he's played and he's had to be taken out of because he got hurt in some way, shape, or form.
As league commissioner, make sure you take him out of your starting lineup.
I will.
Oh,
yeah.
Richardson, he's gonna be all right. He's gonna play.
Aren't you? Yeah, you're playing him this week, aren't you?
No,
Brandon,
I played.
I beat him. I beat him by 1 point.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
McCaffrey. Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
rest of my team shit the bed.
I'm pretty sure Brandon's playing. Isn't Brandon playing the undefeated Bob?
No, I am.
Oh, who the fuck is Brandon playing this week? Brandon's got
I played
Jake from
who?
Great Bar. Jake from Great Bar.
It's time to make a comeback, buddy.
I know. I'm just not. I went all upside on that draft, and the upside's not looking up. Sometimes yeah, it's the way of the road, boys. It's the way of the road.
Hey, there's bad teams like Brandon, who's 0-5. There's teams like the Buyer Bunch and myself, who are both 4-1. So,
like I said, boys, way of the road.
Yeah. It's funny though, because in my other league, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 10 teams are 3-2. There's only one 4-1 team. It's just been a weird year for fantasy football. So many freaking injuries. Like Justin Jefferson just goes down on the IR. His season's probably over. I mean, why would you want to come back to a Vikings team who's probably going to be 1-7 when he comes back?
Yeah, unless you knew that you were going to get a huge payday if you came back.
Right.
That's the only reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It could
that
be his
sucks,
last
though.
year there. He'll get paid. They know that they've
Oh,
got
you get
something
paid
special.
regardless.
Yeah. No, they know they have something special there, but I think Kirk's seeing his last year there.
You're thinking that this is a weird fantasy football year? This is the first time I played fantasy football in probably 6 years, so I got no fucking clue how to like gauge it compared to other years. You thinking it's weird?
I think it's a little weird, only because like a star like Nick Chubb to go down week 2 is incredibly like just off. And then players like Jonathan Taylor, Eckler, Justin Jefferson, Aaron Rodgers week 1. It was just one after another. Every week there's been something crazy that's happened up till this point. So, you've got teams like Jason who goes off with Tyreek Hill and Tua one week, and then the next week it's Nico Collins scoring 40 fucking points in fantasy. It's just like there's been some crazy ass scenarios this year. Swift coming out of nowhere being, running back 1 for the Eagles when Gainwell was supposed to be the run, RB1.
Yeah, just a bunch of sleepers this year.
It's a weird year. It's an off year.
Yeah,
Who would have thought that a rookie tight end would have been tight end 1 going into week 6?
Laporta.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laporta's tight end 1.
Oh shit.
Travis Kelce's got record low numbers going into week 6. Obviously, he's been injured, one or two of the games, but he's having record low numbers.
The T Swift curse.
Call it what you will. It's because he got vaccinated.
He's getting up there in age, though, too. He's, what, 34?
32.
32. That's right. His brother's, 34 or something.
You know what's funny, though? He's the same age as Gronk.
Wow.
Yeah, Gronk literally should still be playing right now.
I guess that's what happens when you get hit by a bus and fucking Ray Lewis over the middle and shit like that. I mean,
yeah,
fucks you up, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I did want to bring up something else. What did you guys think about Tyreek Hill saying that the NFL should bring back challenging pass interference calls? Something that's also been really weird this year has been the refs have been overly aggressively sucking the Chiefs' dick. I wanted to point out that on Tyreek Hill's podcast, he's mentioned a lot of weird things this year, like how he wants to be a porn star after football. But more notably, he talked about how they should bring back challenging pass interference calls. What's your guys' take on that?
I think absolutely. I get that it slows the game down technically a little bit, but I mean, shit, that's a huge call. If they miss that, I mean, we've seen it in quite a few games already where the game could have turned out completely different if that play would have been called.
Here's one out of left field I just thought of. I think the liquor is doing a little bit of thinking already, but I think that if you challenge a pass interference, it'll be like 3rd and 15 or whatever, and they just launch the bitch out there. The quarterback throws a bad ball to pretty much get a pass interference call, and they don't call it, and they challenge it, and it's like blatant that it was just a bad, poorly thrown ball, and they don't give them the pass interference. That should be worth 2 challenges to get them both taken away. That's bullshit. I don't really like the whole going after penalties. That's just taking up the human side of the game. I like how we got fucking chains measuring a first down. I don't want some AI bullshit, microchip shit in the ball. I don't want to be able to review every call. It's humans playing humans. It's not robots playing robots. So let's let the humans call the game and not let them go back in time and fix their mistake. People make fucking mistakes. There should be no challenges unless you're getting 2 taken away if they don't reverse it.
You know what? That's absolutely fair. I would stand by that. You should speak at the NFL board meeting.
Yeah, I might, just give me a couple drinks beforehand. I'll go up there and tell them to fuck off.
It's like, fuck you, Roger. Piece of shit.
What did we
say?
We all
know you're a robot. South Park confirmed it.
What did we say last week when we just kept saying, fuck you, Jake from State Farm?
Yeah.
Fuck you, good neighbor.
Asshole.
Fuck you, Roger.
Fucking
Fuck.
asshole.
I don't think that they should challenge the pass interference calls as well. It is a part of the game. You know, obviously it changes things, and sometimes it might look like they favor one team or the other, but at the end of the day, that's just the game. The refs are a part of the game. I mean, there's a lot of times where you got to remember in MLB, strikes and balls are legit a judgment call. Like, it is up to the umpire whether or not you're striking out or not. I mean, it could
Yeah,
be blatantly a ball, but if he fucking hates you or he's just having a bad day, you're out.
Angel Hernandez was a huge prospect of that. I saw a
Right.
video that was showing like some of his worst calls the whole season. Like they were like bad. Like he caught a strike, the ball quite literally went in the other batter's box.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I was an umpire,
the catcher had to move over here.
Yep. When I was an umpire, the number one rule was just sell it. If you believe it, you got to sell it, because if you show any sign of weakness, you're done for. The coaches, the parents, sometimes the kids, they're going to come after your ass. So, I mean, if you're calling a ball that's in the strike zone, you better call that same fucking ball the rest of the game, or else your ass is grass and your name will be in the paper tomorrow. So I understand it to a point, but like I said, it's a judgment call at the end of the day. So if a pass interference comes down to whether or not the referee thinks it's a pass interference, it's part of the game.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. I would agree with that.
I love that point, because you hear some of these fucking pricks, they'll be like, oh yeah, we missed that call, or they'll come out and say like, in the last 4 plays of the game we missed 17 calls. It's like, don't even fucking tell me that. Just fucking own up to it and say, yeah, that's the call. Fuck it. That's what we did. Like, that's sorry. Like, you don't have to tell me like you missed calls.
Yeah, there's too many what ifs nowadays.
You ask any lineman, there's holding on every play. But could you imagine if they called holding every fucking play? We would never have a game.
The ball would
We'd never
move.
have a full game. No.
It would just be based off safeties.
Mm-hmm. So they gotta let the players play sometimes. I think they are getting a little out of hand with all the fucking holding calls. I mean, if it's blatant, you gotta call it. But I mean, something as little as you just grab the jersey for like a half a second, I don't think it should be really a fucking penalty. I mean, you got guys double teaming TJ Watt and he's still getting to the quarterback, and they're going to call holding because one of the two people couldn't stop him. It's just like, I mean, shit. I don't know. There's too many penalties. I say less penalties more than challenging these fucking penalties.
Well, I almost think, and this also that brings up something that I wanted to talk about. I think that defensive players nowadays are 10 times better than defensive players back in the day, like the 90s or 80s. Like, call me crazy, and I know his accolades aren't there yet, but like, this is a hot take. And Jason, we were talking about hot takes. TJ Watt is better than Lawrence Taylor.
Okay.
Think of how much the NFL favors the offenses now. You can't hardly touch anyone on defense. You have to touch them perfectly. Shit, and Lawrence Taylor's age, like, people were wearing still like casts and fucking ramming people and shit. Like, I don't know. I feel like the defenses are a lot more cracked down now. And I know Lawrence Taylor is one of the greatest of all time, and he probably isn't actually better than TJ Watt, but I'm saying I think overall the defensive players nowadays, if you're a good defensive player, you're like one of the best of all time right now, like performance-wise, whether you have the accolades or not.
Well, I think one of the edges,
it's like comparing NBA players. Like, NBA players right now are easily better than players from the 90s.
I feel like one of the edges that the players now have compared to somebody who even played in the 90s was the idea that you just need bodies out there, big bodies. So you'd have a defensive tackle who's literally 400 pounds and just a fat ass. And nowadays, you've got Myles Garrett who's showing up, who's fucking more ripped than some quarterbacks. Like, look at how fucking fat Ben Roethlisberger was at the end of his career. Myles Garrett is probably skinnier than him, but bigger than him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that
And go ahead.
you know, you're talking about how much better the players are. And overall, yeah, they're much more athletic, right? But here's the thing. Lawrence Taylor was playing that. Those motherfuckers, bam, in the knees, bam, in the knees. Like, they don't do that shit anymore because it's like a penalty or whatever. But, they're hitting them in the fucking head. They're fucking getting after them. So you got to think about it like that. Yeah, they are a little bit more athletic, probably a little bit more skilled nowadays, but much more physical back then in the day. And I
Yeah.
love when you talk about the basketball because it's the same exact fucking thing, right? Oh, LeBron's better than Jordan. It's two different eras. You can't really compare them, but that's a great take. I don't know, man. I'm not the. I love TJ Watt. I wouldn't say love him because fuck the Steelers. I hate all those fucking pricks. I
Exactly.
hate the whole fucking city of Pittsburgh. Fuck all those pricks. But yeah, he hustles his ass off. I will give him that. That's what I do admire about him. That motherfucker doesn't take any plays off.
Yeah, that's true. But basically my point was, even because one thing I would like to say is Lawrence Taylor literally changed the game of football on defense. Like there was no answer for him. But my point out of that was basically what Jason just said, is that players are a lot better now on defense. They have to be. They don't have a choice. Because if they hit people like they did back in the 90s and 80s, they'll get a penalty, no question about it. That yellow flag will be coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Debatably injection, too. Because I feel like they eject people way too easy now, too.
I love the evolution of football and like just seeing how it's grown. Pretty much every sport, like the athleticism is just, you know, taking leaps over what it was before. It was just incredible to like compare it back in the day to now. It's just wild. Like, got motherfuckers running 22 miles an hour. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
You could look outside and you'd be like, damn, is that motherfucker driving a car? No, that's just a, or like riding a motorcycle or something. No, that's just Tyreek Hill running down the side of the street. Like, that's how fast they're running. Like, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm logging
speaking
into
of fast, motherfuckers, though, we have two fast motherfuckers we got to talk about before we get into our preview. McCole Hardman, he signed with the Jets this offseason to a decent sized deal and hasn't done shit. They haven't even played him hardly.
Wait. He signed with he's on the Jets now?
He's on the
Yeah.
Jets. See, you didn't even know. You
that.
didn't even know.
Didn't
You
even
didn't
know
even
that.
know.
The
And apparently now he's on the trade block.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is they literally stacked up on the wide receiving core for Aaron Rodgers, but like I thought about it, they have so many receivers. Not even just including the ones that they already had in the roster, but you added Lazard, you added Cobb, Mecole Hardman, you have Garrett Wilson. It was like there's more bodies out there than you can count, and at some point someone's got to go.
Well,
I
yeah,
thought
it
Mecole
was deep enough where they had to have Corey Davis, who's still a solid player. They basically forced him into retirement.
Yeah.
And he was still young too. Because he was gonna get cut, and then he was just like, no, I'll just retire.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I gotta say something before you go next year. Two things. Right now I got a parlay with FIU, little weekday Conference USA football here. I got FIU going here first, money line, just a couple little money line parlay for your Wednesday night, and then I got New Mexico State going, money line as well. A little like plus 150 or something like that. Nothing crazy, but let me tell you, this FIU team has the Miami Vices on right now. They got all black jerseys with hot pink and blue, and their field is the same type of color. I think that's an automatic lock, if you ask me.
You're not wrong. It's got that Boise State vibe.
Yeah. Well, not the whole entire field, just like
But better.
Not the field is green, but the numbers are like blue and the logo is like hot pink. It's kind of dope. But then as well, going back to a little baseball here, this dude, Royce Lewis, the rookie from the Twins, just hit another dinger there in the bottom of the first here. That dude is absolutely hitting bombs. In the first game that he won the game alone, first game of the playoffs, 2 dingers, and now he just hit another dinger. This dude is absolutely hitting bombs. He has 4 dingers already in the postseason here. Even if they fucking lose tonight and the series is over, 4 dingers in the playoffs, like that's incredible. Dude's raking right now. All right, you can get into whatever you want now. I just had to get that in there.
Yeah, no, you're
Phillies are
absolutely right.
Phillies are up on the Braves 8-2 right now, top of the 7th.
Let's
Not looking.
go. I almost
Not
wore my
looking.
hyper jersey.
Did you?
I almost did. And I'm like, no, I'll wear this.
You
It's
big
not looking good.
Harper fan?
Yeah, I am a Harper fan actually. Also I like the Phillies in general. I've always
My-
just kind of liked the Phillies.
My buddy at school, he was a big time, like, you think of like a hype player like NFL, Odell Beckham, loved him, thought he was the greatest thing on planet Earth. And you think of our NBA, you're thinking Tyler Hero, hype guy, best shooter of all time. And then you think of MLB, Bryce Harper, hype guy. You know, he fucking loves them. He's like, oh yeah, they're the best, they're the best. But that dude hits dingers. That dude hits the ball a mile and a half. He hit a monster bomb tonight. That was a fucking bomb. Second decker.
Yeah.
Well,
But
he's
I've been
already
a fan of Bryce Harper actually since he was in high school. I remember me and a couple of my buddies when we were playing ball would always watch his home run derby from high school where he hit I think the home run was like 581 feet, or not feet but yards. It was crazy.
That's incredible. Can you
yeah,
imagine
he
hitting a ball that far?
it is feet, by the way.
It
Yeah,
is
dude.
feet. Yeah. Feet, not yards. Yards would be insane though.
He's got 2 home runs tonight.
He hit another.
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
Imagine that bet. You probably get that at plus 1,500, 2 dingers.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Blake's not having a good year.
No, he lost by under a point to another fantasy in another fantasy league, and then he lost to me by 4 points because Devontae Adams on Monday night, and the Broncos are just not doing well. The Braves were the best team in baseball this year. You got to give them that. They had record numbers. I mean, Acuna was playing out of his mind. Everybody was playing out of their mind. But yeah, I mean, you hope to see that they can come out of the next game and just survive Game 5 in Atlanta on Friday. If it comes down to it.
They go
Nah,
back
fuck
to Atlanta.
that. Fuck that. Phillies to the fucking cup.
So this is
World
game 4
Series.
going up to game 5. So it's 2-1-2 or 2-1-1.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, it's 2-2-1. Because there's five games, isn't there?
Yeah, I thought this is game 4. I don't know. My bad. I'm just thinking out
Yeah.
loud here.
2-2-1.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is it Friday? No, it's Saturday night. So it's 2-2, and then Saturday night is that's right, because Blake said something about playing at a PGA course on Saturday morning, then the game's Saturday night. But yeah, not looking good.
Yeah, that's baseball. You just gotta be hot, and those Philly fans, they know how to cheer for baseball.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well,
the
shit.
big thing.
Even think about 2016 when the Indians made the World Series.
Yep.
We just got hot at the right time.
Yeah.
We definitely
Yeah.
didn't have the talent to beat a lot of those teams, but we were just on fire.
If I could bet on baseball legally, I would have bet the Phillies to win the World Series this year, just because they got hot at the right time. But I cannot. So
Yeah, my buddy has them at like 13-1. He bet them in June. I was talking to him last night. I was like, damn. Wish I was watching a little closer. That could have been on that. But once the tribe, after they kind of just looked like they were gonna be dog shit, I kind of just stopped watching as much as I should have. All right, sounds like we got some previews or something bullshit we got to get into here.
Yes,
We
sir.
sure
We got to
do.
get into week 6. We're talking about Thursday night football right now. We were just talking about the Broncos. We got the Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs, Taylor Swift's hometown.
Yeah, I got a nice little parlay going that me and Jason cooked up today at lunchtime. We're doing Pacheco, anytime touchdown. Pacheco, 100 plus rushing yards.
Whoa.
And the Chiefs, 2.5 spread.
Okay. That Pacheco 100 rushing yards is crazy, but I fuck with it.
Jason, tell him why.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? You gotta have to base it off of what the hell is gonna happen here, right? So I'm gonna spit out some stats here, pulling this up real quick. But pretty much everything that it's telling us here is overall game, for in my opinion here on the game. I look at the spread and just look at it straight up here, and everything it's telling me is I would bet the Broncos 10.5. But the Broncos are fucked. So I don't want to touch that. So then I start doing a little bit more of a dive here, right? We start diving in. We start thinking about it. We start looking at it, and everything it tells me is the Broncos defense is dog piss. All right, they're bad. And personally, in my opinion, and I think Dylan agreed with me on this one, if Kelsey's banged up, what they're going to do is they're going to fucking pound that bitch, and they're going to pound that bitch. He just has to pop, 1 for 30 yards here, and then bam, all you need is 70 yards, and you can get that off of 20 carries. He's going to get the touches to get it. I probably could guarantee you that one. I think they're going to run the ball fuck ton, and they're going to get after this defense because it looks like dog shit on paper and on TV and watching it. So I got to pull up this, but what do you got going on in this game here, Brandon?
This game, I haven't looked too much into the odds as of yet. I'm not against that 100 yards. I just know that's a little bit high typically for Pacheco, but like you said, the Broncos suck. Really,
It's
the
not
only thing
really
they
that-
got going for him is Patrick Surtain, and
Yeah.
he's only one man.
It's not that far-fetched, though. We pulled up Pacheco's stats today. Do you have them?
No,
Yeah,
but I
I'm
was going to read
pulling
off
them
some
up right now.
Denver Broncos rushing stats here. So their defensive rushing stats, opponents' yards per rush, 5.9 yards a carry. That's last in the league. Opponents' rushing yards per game, 187, last in the league. Opponents' rushing touchdowns per game, 1.6. That's 29th in the league. That's telling me dog shit. 5.9 yards a carry. You're telling me he can't gash one for 30, 40 yards? All he needs is one big chunk, and there's, after that, he's going to grind out, 50, 60 yards, 70 yards. He just needs one big chunk. And I think if you're giving up 5.9 yards a carry, I think he's going to get one.
Yeah.
Well,
They played against the Jets. Jets was 2 weeks ago, which was the 9th worst team against the run. And he put up 117 rushing yards, or 115, 115 rushing yards. His stat line has progressively got better, and then last week he kind of fell off and got 55. But the last 3 weeks he's scored a touchdown, and against this horrible Denver running defense, I guarantee he scores and, again, gets the yards. The odds for this parlay that I did were only plus 310. The odds for Pacheco to get his over, which is 73.5 right now, is only under 110 or minus 110. I did a 50% profit boost, is plus 136 to just flip my money. I mean, it's easy. It's easy cash right now. I think Pacheco is going to have a nice game here. He might even get 2 touchdowns. Jason threw out there Pacheco 2 touchdowns. It's not unrealistic at this point.
Yeah,
bro,
one thing that
I'm not gonna
also
lie,
popped-
you guys
popped up for
convinced me.
Yeah, another one here. Looking at Kansas City's rushing stats for their offense here. Looking at 4.9 yards a carry here that's 9th best in the league. And we're looking at rushing yards a game. That's 12th best at 123 yards a game. So, I mean, you're going up against the worst rushing defense with a top 10 rushing offense, which is, we're talking about a rushing offense that isn't pound the rock, pound the rock, pound the rock. To be, top 10 in the league, that's, in my mind, that's pretty impressive, I would say. But fucking FIU just gave up a touchdown, so fuck me. What the fuck do I really know here?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Brandon, you got nothing here? You bringing nothing to the table?
No. If anything, I'm gonna fucking tell you guys. This game, I've honestly avoided. I've avoided this game. I just, you never know with the Broncos. I kind of hate the Broncos in all honesty. Other than Jaleel McCaughlin, shout out to the Youngstown Project. I think that I might even put him for the only touchdown that they get.
Okay.
He's been
That
filling
dude's
in for
quick.
Javonte. Yeah. Yeah, he's from Youngstown State.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd he go to high school?
He's from somewhere in North Carolina. Only reason I know so much about him is because a family friend of mine actually was one of his NIL deals at Youngstown State.
Pretty
Did
cool.
they give him like
I knew
a
about
case
him.
of beer and pack of cigarettes or something?
No, he probably hooked him up a lot better. He's a good dude, to say the least.
I was gonna say something
In
else, but
the
that
in
would
the
get
in
us
the
banned
in
off
the
of
in the
YouTube,
pot. I
dude.
mean, this dude drives a McLaren, so
All right, that's badass.
yeah.
All right,
But-
so for our next game, we've got the Ravens at the Titans. I think this is not going to be a walk in the park for the Ravens. I think that the Titans put up a fight. They're the underdogs. I think the Ravens are coming off of a hard loss to the Steelers, who they should have beat, like hands down should have beat. If I'm to pick any underdog this week, it's the Tennessee Titans. For some reason, I don't know. I just don't think. I don't know. I don't think they're going to walk out that easy. The Titans are increasingly getting better week by week.
You know
I
what?
don't know. They just dropped a game to the Colts, though.
Yeah,
Garden.
understood, but it was a close game. They won the week before against the Bengals. I don't know. They're fighting hard right now.
Ravens are a weird team too, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I circled this game because I love waking up at 9:30 and having some action right away, right in the morning. You know, just starting off good, starting off strong, having a good betting NFL Sunday. So I circled this one that I wanted to break it down because I don't really bet that much like blindly, and I'm just like fuck it, yeah, I think this team's gonna win. I like to really dive into it and do a little bit of research. And recently I got NFL Plus, and I got the replays. So I'll replay the games in like fast motion on like a Skycam. They call it like all 22 or whatever. That shit's badass. I love that. I used to never watch film or anything. That's bullshit. But like all of a sudden, when there's money involved, I'm all in on that shit. So I went back and watched the Titans and against the Colts. Let me tell you something. Mike Vrabel should be fucking embarrassed of what he put out there last Sunday. He should be fucking embarrassed. They ran that ball down their fucking throat. And in my opinion, you're not a good defense if you can't stop the fucking run. And let me tell you, those two linebackers that they had out there, they got to do something about them because they fucking played like dog shit last Sunday. So I was circling the fuck out of the Ravens. I was almost going to come on here and tell you, Mike Vrabel should be fucking disgraced with everything he's put out there on his team. That's just from what I watched last week. And I did just say that. But I look at the stats and it's almost like shit. This could be a very good matchup here. But with what I saw on Sunday, it's almost a no-go, no-touch. Lamar Jackson 2+ touchdowns.
Ooh, I like that. But you know what the crazy thing is it was always for like the last couple of years, it was one of those games or matchups where it's like, okay, don't bet on a rushing game because Titans D line is crazy, but that just hasn't been the case this year. I mean, shit, even Jerome Ford played good against them. And Jerome Ford wouldn't start for any other team.
But he didn't do great because it wasn't his
He didn't
running.
do great, but that's a third string dude.
He had 2 receiving touchdowns, though. I mean, it wasn't like he had 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, their secondary is pretty bad.
Yeah, their secondary is ass, but was it
I
2
think
receiving
their defense in
touchdowns?
general.
I thought he had a.
I know he caught one in the end zone. The second one I didn't see, but I don't think it was a rushing touchdown.
No, it was a rushing touchdown.
Okay, so he had
It
one
was
and
a
one.
rushing touchdown.
All right,
Oh,
one and one.
I actually thought he played a lot better in that game than he did. I thought he got the ball a lot more than. Holy shit!
Yeah, it was not a great game.
I was at the damn game. That was probably the beers talking to me.
This next game,
regardless, yeah, their D line's not the same. But all right, sorry about that.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah,
this next
fuck the
game,
Titans.
49ers at the Browns. This game is fucked. This game is fucked.
Yeah, I don't even know if I want to. I don't even know if I want to watch it.
The only thing I'm going to point out is that Jason saved me at the beginning of the week with betting the early spread of 5 points. It is now at 7. It was at 5 before they knew PJ Walker was probably going to start. I'm not saying that it's what?
I think either way it was going to move that way. Whoever plays.
Yeah. No, I agree. But to get it at 5, I felt pretty good about that. That was my lock of the week. I had Chiefs, Dolphins, both those money lines, and a parlay with the 49ers 5-point spread. Can't beat it. I mean, the fact that it's already moved 2 points is crazy. But we are the underdogs at home. It'd be nice to see a win, but financially, I'm really hoping that the 49ers pull out. I think McCaffrey walks away with 2 touchdowns against us. We'll see.
Yeah,
Hope I used another touchdown.
Man, you're banking a lot on PJ Walker. That's 3 touchdowns you're talking right there for the 49ers. But I think we have absolutely no shot, especially with Deshaun not playing. I don't think PJ Walker gives us any real kind of hope. I think he'll play better than DTR did last week, or not last week, but our last time playing.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no hope for this game. I think the 49ers, as I said last episode, are just on a completely different level than every other team in the NFL.
Oh yeah, they're a juggernaut at this point. I mean, they're just them and the Dolphins. I know the Dolphins have lost, but they're on another level.
Well, I think they're even 10 times better than the Dolphins, honestly. Like, the only thing the Dolphins can do is just try to score on their defense, but their defense is so good. Their defense is honestly, it's better than their offense, but it's like their offenses have been playing so good that it's just not fair.
Yeah.
Here's the question you got to ask yourself, right? So, is that 2-point movement, is that, okay, we're thinking that Deshaun's not going to play. Is that the 2 points, or is the 2 points saying the Niners aren't going to lose a goddamn game this year, and Shanahan's probably the best coach in the NFL and will be for the next 5 years, and they got a goddamn dynasty on their hands. They're going to fucking run a train through the whole NFL here. I think that's more of the fact here. I don't really think the line movement has really played into anything with the quarterback yet. I think we're gonna see this thing move to fucking 9.5. To be honest with you, this is gonna be a bloodbath, man. This is gonna be fucked.
Yeah, no, it's completely fucked.
Yeah. So the only rule, see, I can go into any casino in the world and lose with no rules. And just lose the money, not give a fuck. Win $1,000, lose it. No rules at all. The only rule I have in gambling is I don't bet on my favorite teams for or against. I mean, I always know the side to be on, but I don't touch them. Because what ends up happening is you're going to bet against your favorite team, and you're either going to bet for them, you're going to lose, and you're going to be pissed off because they lost, and you lost money. So it's like you get double fucked. Right? So, but you're in a good situation betting against them, because if they win, then you're like, oh shit, we're gonna be all right. We just won with a backup quarterback against the best goddamn team in the league, or we're gonna lose, you're gonna win money. So it's like, you're in a good situation there, I would say. But I'm not touching this fucking thing, man. This is a fucking dumpster fire and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say I blame you. It's hard. It was hard putting in that bet because Dylan sent me that spread when you told him to bet on that, and I went ahead and tailed because mine was even lower. I think I got it on 4.5. So yeah, just over 5
on FanDuel.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, on FanDuel.
I think
on DraftKings was 5.
I think when they rule Deshaun out, I think you might see a whole point move again. Like, even if I was gonna say, if they move up to 8.5, what I would do is, this is getting risky here, but I think it's just the NFL, and I always do this when it's the NFL. If it gets above a touchdown and plus some points there, I like to toss it into a teaser, and we'll get into that later. I got something special for you guys here, but put it into a teaser, 6.5 teaser, and you could get it to 2 touchdowns. It's like, how many times do teams in the NFL really lose by 2 touchdowns? You know what I mean? It's kind of oddball, but this year it does seem more possible. There's been a lot more blowouts, but they're especially traveling West Coast. But that's only if it's getting to 8.5, 9, and you're getting 6-point teaser, and you can get that thing over 2 touchdowns. That's the only time I would touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair.
Next game is going to be a wash. Dolphins are home against the Panthers. Not much to say here. I think it's just going to be, it's a 13.5-point spread.
Yeah, it's going to be dog water.
Let's get the boys running. Let's get a bunch of fantasy points here. I got the Miami Dolphins as my fantasy team, so it's all good. Let's get the boys running. That's all I got to say about this one. Except I will have it in my little something special for you later. It'll be involved in that. So
yeah, Finn's up this week.
Next game, we got Seahawks at Bengals. Seahawks coming in as the underdogs. This is another game I had a hard time betting on. The Seahawks are good. They're coming off the bye week. Bengals are not banged up, but they're also coming out of a great game. Jamar Chase is back. Is the momentum shifting in Cincinnati? Are they finally coming out of their hole? Or are the Seahawks going to be the road underdog and win it out?
I mean, you also got to remember that how much they beat the Cardinals by? What was it? 12, I want to say.
Barely.
Yeah, they barely snuck away with the Cardinals. But we also mentioned that the Cardinals aren't really that bad. I mean, they're not great by any means necessary, but they're not terrible. They're not like the worst team in the NFL. That's the Panthers that we were just talking about. I think they're just going to get some sneaky wins this year, but the Bengals, they have a lot of figuring out to do. I actually could see them winning this game. Just seems like a game that Pete Carroll would fuck up. He has a little bit of lean in his cup or something like that day. You never fucking know. All I know is the Seahawks got to get JSN involved. I don't get that whole draft pick. They could have done a lot more to fix up their roster, make it stronger. They went JSN and aren't even using the motherfucker.
He's having a slow start.
Well, it's like they're not even putting him on the field. Like, I just don't get it. And it's going to get to a point now where the Bengals are going to be losing T. Higgins for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So, weird market out there right now. Weird market.
Yeah. This is where I think a good dynamic between the three of us come in, because you see, I got nothing to fucking say when you talk about fucking players. I got no fucking clue. All right. I am a team guy. I know teams. I don't know players. I don't know names. I don't do names very well. And I think that's generally why I don't do players very well. But on this game, kind of how I feel about it is, think back when Burrow, not his rookie year, but when they started really rolling, really getting after it, and really started to be a good football team. What did they do? They fed Jamar Chase. That's what they did. They gave that motherfucker like 10 catches each game, right? What did they do last week? They did that exact same thing. So kind of what I think is going to happen here is that motherfucker's always open. They're going to be getting that dude the ball a shit ton for the rest of the season. And I think they're going to turn it around here. And I'll be it's a long West Coast trip for them, but I'll most likely I'm leaning Bengals here just because I think that that's how they turn around. I mean, they're just going to get the playmaker of the ball because he's always open. So that's all I really think about this one. It's a tough game to really look at because I'm a Geno Smith backer. I think I like their offense. I like Pete Carroll, but other than that, I think they just start getting Jamar Chase the ball a lot. So I think that they'll probably gut this one out and get there. I know that it moved to like 2.5, so I like that number. But when it was at 3.5, I wasn't a big fan of it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Next, we got the Vikings at the Bears, divisional matchup. The Bears are the at-home underdog. Coming off of a big win last week, Justin Fields and DJ Moore finally are clicking. I don't know. This looks kind of dangerous to be an underdog. Vikings are just down and out. They lost Jefferson. Madison isn't doing shit. It's going to be an Addison game. I see the Bears actually winning this at home as an underdog.
This one's a real tricky game, like you said, but I think I'm going to agree with you on the Bears. Even though I can already see it right now. Sorry, I just hit my mic. That the Vikings, Addison's going to go off. I think regardless, he's either going to go off for 150 yards or he's going to have one catch for like 8 yards. I can already see it right now. And Kirk Cousins is going to have 4 interceptions. But
it'll be a big Hawkinson day.
I feel like they're going to go off the momentum. And wait, Hawkinson day?
I'm saying it'll be a big Hawkinson day.
It would be. But I don't know. The only good part about the Bears defense is their linebackers. They kind of carried heavy in that Commanders game. And I mean, everyone in their linebacking core is pretty much brand new too. But yeah, I think that's going to be a huge upset. I think the Bears are going to win at home.
Yeah, I'm out on this one. This is a Sando here. If I would call a game of Sando, I'd call this one a Sando. 1-4 versus 1-4. Looking at the Bears, who the fuck are they? Go out there and have a big game last week, and the Vikings, I just have no clue what the fuck they are. So I'll probably be out on this one.
Next, we got the Colts. Go ahead.
I just had one more thing to say about that game. It's just really hard to bet on that game in general. I mean, on the one side, you had the Vikings who went toe-to-toe with the Chiefs, who, if you're asking me, they haven't looked that great other than that Bears game. And then you have the Bears who just played like dog shit and then caught fire against the Commanders who looked literally horrific. They looked nothing like they did in that Eagles game. But that's all I have to say. It's just a shit show.
This next game, we got the Colts at the Jags. Jags coming back from London. Will they be tired? They are the at-home favorites against the Colts. Colts are with Gardner Minshew. AR is out. Not much to say here. It's going to be a tough one to bet on, as all these divisional games are. I got Jags, though.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go Jags as well. They're catching on fire right now. Gardner Minshew playing his old team. I like what I'm seeing now from Calvin Ridley. It seems like they're finally building up a little bit of a connection, even though Christian Kirk really fucked me over on my parlay this weekend. I really wish that I would have went with my gut at first and just swapped both him and Calvin Ridley, because I had both of them in my parlay, but I had Christian Kirk getting slightly more yards. But, like I've said before, way the fucking road, boys. Way the fucking road.
I'm looking at the line here. All right. Divisional matchup here. I would probably lean the Colts on this one, to be honest with you. Not money line, just spread here, 4.5 I'm looking at. That's how I would lean. Divisional matchup, be close game, I think. Travel, big factor in this. Haven't been in the States in almost week and a half, 2 weeks. So, I mean, goddamn, that's a bit of jet lag. So I would think, their Colts are going to be able to run the ball a little bit here. Gardner Minshew, I don't think he's as bad as everyone thinks. I mean, obviously, people think he's a good backup quarterback, but I think he steps into that role well. Just run the shit out of the ball and keep it close. Their defense has surprisingly been pretty solid this year, so I'll go with the Colts here. I won't lean it. I'll just take the Colts. Fucking 4.5. Give it to me.
All right, but
right now we got Saints at the Texans. Texans are the at-home underdog. It's a 1-point spread right now on DraftKings. How do we feel about 1 point for the Texans and Saints? I think the Saints are going to win on the road, but I'm a little thrown off by this 1-point spread.
Throw the Texans my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said throw the Texans my way.
I think we'll be on the same side there, Brandon. Honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the Saints are anything special. What the fuck do they got? Kamara throw a 3-yard fucking swing pass to him? How long can you do
Exactly.
that for, you know?
Yeah,
This dude,
exactly. And you're going
this
against a
CJ
good
Stroud's
defensive
out there. He's
coach.
a gunslinger. He's a gunslinger. Let's go out there and sling the rock around. Let's score some fucking points. And let's kick the shit out of them. I'm with you on the Texans at 1.5. Let's go.
Yeah, give me the Texans easily.
I
I
think
don't
this
care.
is the
I don't care if the Saints beat the Patriots 34-0. Patriots suck. Mac Jones bust.
I
Busted.
think this is the week that CJ Stroud throws his first interception, though.
Sure, still give me the 1.5.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
I'm gonna look at the line. I think that this is the first interception thrown. I don't think that there's any passing props out yet. Oh, okay. So over 1.5 is plus 124 right now. Might just be a fun little bet.
How's their defense been? I don't know about the Saints. Their defense. What's their deal?
I mean, they scored
Notable?
24 points against me last week, so again, I mean
Yeah,
that was a New England, but
Yeah, New England. That Mac Jones shit.
Hmm.
We can get into that later, but um,
yeah. I mean, shit. If you're going against Big Mac Meal Jones, I mean, shit.
they are. I guess these probably are weighted. How many picks did Jones throw last week? 2 or 3?
two.
Ooh.
2. Yeah, I mean they got a pretty good percentage of interceptions thrown. They're 12th in the league at that. But actually, never mind. I was looking at the offense, but that's because Jameis goes out there and just fucking throws the ball wherever the fuck he wants when he comes in at
Yeah,
garbage time. But
he
they're
don't give a
actually fourth
fuck.
in the league. No, he don't fucking care.
No.
He's probably fucked up as it is. He's out there. He can't even think straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pure fuck it. Mike Evans is down there somewhere, or fuck it. Olave's down there somewhere.
Yes, sir.
He got in the huddle and he asked if his brothers were good. They said we good. So he said we good, Dan. That's all he said.
That one video of the pregame kills me, where he's just going like sucking his fingers.
I'm a big Florida State fan, so I love everything about Jameis. I mean, fuck. When I was a little kid hearing him in the locker room against Clemson and he's over there fucking telling him if we're gonna do it, then we're gonna do it big then. Shit. That's like my childhood right there. What's next?
Yeah, this next game we got the Commanders at the Falcons. Commanders are road dogs. Falcons have not lost at home yet this year. Ritter has not lost at home ever. I think this is the first game he loses away or at home. I think CJ Stroud throws his first pick this weekend, and I think Ritter loses his first home game. I might put in a little parlay for the first times this week. First time bet, the first timers bet.
Brandon, are you a rider?
Man, I don't know. This game, this is a rough game. It's hard not to take the Falcons, man. I don't know.
I think everybody's got the number though. People are going to start figuring out that all they're doing is giving it to Bijan. I mean, they finally got Kyle Pitts involved. They got Drake London involved last week, so things are coming around. But everybody knows who their number one target is.
Well, see, this is going to be the game that the Falcons are gonna have to throw, because the run, I don't think that's going to happen at all. I don't think they're going to be able to run. Well, shit, Jonathan Allen too. Don't forget about him.
Yep.
I don't think you're running past that D line. If the Falcons can get the passing game going, they're going to win the game. Other than that, I think the Commanders are probably going to win this game. I'll probably have to follow you on that. It's a real tough game. Honestly, this game just has a bunch of shithawks flying around it right now.
Fucking shit Falcons is what they are.
Yeah, shit
They're not
Falcons,
shit Hawks,
exactly.
shit Falcons.
The
And let me
fucking
tell you
shit
something.
winds and the shit tornadoes.
Let me tell you something, Rand. When the Atlanta Falcons cover 2.5, we're gonna polish off 2 bottles of rye.
All right, all right.
So give me the Falcons. I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna bet this literally just because he hasn't lost at home. But I also just looked at some stats, and I think they're gonna be able to run the ball pretty well. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about, but their rush defense ain't that well on paper here. I haven't watched much of the Commanders last week. I didn't see any of that game, so I was at Theo Vaughn, so I didn't see any of it. Got out, saw that I got 90 points scored on me. I said, I ain't fucking scared. We're coming back from that shit.
Yeah, they just looked like complete dog shit last week. You know, I Jason, you really well could be right, and we could be polishing off 2 bottles. Very, very likely that we could. It's one of those games that I don't really want to put money on. But if I had to, I'll probably go Commanders just to be on the safe side. But at the same time, man, I don't know. I really want the Falcons to win, but if I had to put money on it, it'd be Commanders.
So, if you guys could recap for me, just to refresh my mind, I'm trying to pull up the game from last week. How the fuck did the Bears put up 40 points? Was it just running the fuck out of the ball, passing it? What the hell happened?
DJ Moore caught 3 touchdowns, almost 4 touchdowns. I mean, they were slinging the ball down the field from first play of the game. It was
he had 230 yards
in the
receiving?
first half, right? Oh no,
No, throughout the whole game.
but
He had 130 in the first half.
Justin Fields though had what 100 and what 150?
He had almost he had like 180 something yards first half.
It was a
passing.
Bears record. Bears record for the first half.
Okay. I'm looking at the stats now. I pulled it up on my ESPN here. This is fucking retarded. He has 282 yards passing, and 230 of them were fucking to DJ Moore. I mean, not gonna get pissed about it because I still whooped his ass in fantasy, but still, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Don't you think after he caught like 4 of them for like 100, like, hey, maybe we should fucking cover that guy?
Yeah, I had Mooney on my lineup.
He was wide open. He was wide open a lot of those routes too.
Oh yeah, he was cooking.
They also ran the ball for 178 yards. So he only threw to 3 wide receivers.
Yeah.
So I don't really see that sustainable. So I don't know if we went over the Bears yet.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Against the Vikings.
Oh, yeah, it was a no-go for me. That's why I don't remember it.
Yeah. This next game's a shit show. We have the return of Jacoby Myers against his former team, the Patriots. We have the Patriots at the Raiders. Raiders are at-home favorites. Do we see another lateral coming our way?
This game doesn't touch my screen.
No, I'm not watching this game.
Unless it's on Red Zone, it will not touch my screen.
I don't want to even.
Game will be all over Red Zone. There's only 3 of them, isn't it? 4
Yeah.
o'clock.
Is that a 4 o'clock?
We have.
One?
No, we have
at Vegas. At Vegas, yeah.
4 o'clock games, but we'll get into the rest. Yeah, I'm not touching this game, but it is Raiders money line all the way home.
There's some good stats with the.
I was gonna say you gotta remember that McDaniels is Belichick's little sex doll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
McDaniels fucking sucks if he's not in New England.
If I'm on this show more than that after tonight, I might just be either broke or fucking retiring because I picked about almost every game tonight, and I'm gonna pick this one as well. And I will be on the Patriots +3.
That's a good one.
That's fair.
Here's the deal. I saw something on a stat today that was winless teams against the spread, which I'm almost fairly certain, can confirm that real quick, almost fairly certain that is the Patriots. But if you're winless against the spread going into October, they're hitting at like a 60% rate. And I'll be honest, this Vegas team, as much as I love Vegas, don't really catch my eye as someone I want to be accounting, fucking betting on and betting with and thinking about. So, just kidding. New England covered one. Fuck that. I'm out.
Second game in the 4:00 slot. The Eagles at the Jets. The Jets are at home underdogs. Eagles all the way. Don't even got to talk about this game.
Eagles at the Jets. I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, I think the Eagles are going to win, but I could see some fuckery happening of Zach Wilson somehow scoring a few touchdowns and Jalen Hurts having fumble issues. I could just see it right now. But give me the goddamn Eagles. Give me the goddamn Eagles. Shane Steichen, Mount Union, man. Fuck it. Northeast Ohio. That's all I got to know. Kelly Green.
Hey, Sirianni went to Mount Union.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm fucking talking. I don't know why I said Steichen. Yeah, Sirianni went to Mount Union. Yeah,
I wasn't really following on there yet, Mount Union. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this one as well until later into the show here. I got something special for you guys.
Next game is going to be my game of the week. It is the Detroit Lions at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are bringing out the creamsicle jerseys. They are the at-home underdogs. Baker Mayfield coming off the bye week. I don't know. I think the Detroit Lions look really good. This game could get shaken up easily. All I know is don't bet against Baker. I am out on this game.
Well, you said it was the game of the week. You don't need a fucking pick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the fuck?
This is the most exciting, or this is the game I'm most excited to watch.
So why wouldn't you bet on it?
Well, okay. How about this? Baker Mayfield, 2 passing touchdowns. I think that the Lions are going to cover the spread if they do win. It's only 3 right now. But I don't know. I'm afraid to bet on it because I think that the Buccaneers could win at home against the Lions. The Lions have been really hot. They're bound to fall apart at some point. But obviously, I like the Lions here. The Lions are good. It's just I'm so back and forth on it right now. It's so
the Lions are good.
They're so good. I know.
The Lions are good. Just count down the days. Just count down the days
until I take you to
that
Applebee's.
That steak dinner is gonna cost. It's gonna taste so good.
You got to refresh me and all the listeners here. What's this bet here about this?
So me and Dylan a few months ago made a bet. He said that the Chicago Bears were going to be better than the Detroit Lions.
Well, I said they were going to win. I said they were going to win the North, and then you said no, the Lions are going to win the North. And so then we put a steak dinner on it. Whoever wins the NFC North gets a steak dinner from the other person. And then obviously if the Packers or the Vikings somehow pull out, then it's over. But hey, Justin Fields got his first win. We're not off the table yet.
I just had a phenomenal idea. So, since you guys got this bet going on here in this division, you guys pick another division, and what you do is if you guys go 1-1, not shit, right?
So double or nothing.
If someone goes 2-0, the person who loses has to get a steak dinner, which is going to be downtown, and $100 free play at the Jack right after.
Oh.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you would think about it probably like a $200 bet, $250 bet.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, shit, throw $100 on roulette.
The person that wins that $100 could turn into like $10,000.
Yep.
Well, stuff for you guys to think about. Maybe later down the line, you guys can talk about that.
Stay tuned. Maybe next week we'll have the race to first place part 2. I think what we should do though is we should pick one team for the playoffs, and whoever goes further in the playoffs, we can do that.
Both lose in the same round.
Well, like he said, if it goes 1-1, it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's
we could literally do race to first place, but not being a divisional win, it'll be a Super Bowl win. So yeah, obviously if you pick the 49ers, you got a pretty good fucking chance. So you're basically just picking a future, but I mean we could set limits. I mean it could be we'll figure it out. We'll come up with something, but that's a good idea.
I was gonna
I think
say somehow we
A
could
wild card
like
team.
either flip a coin or we could do something crazy to be able to choose who gets to pick their team first.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't
Has
have the
to be-
same team.
It has to be a team playing in the wild card round. It can't be a team with a bye. That's probably the best way to
That's
go about it.
fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see.
So your plan was Baker Mayfield to have the game of his life and throw 3 touchdowns and 6 interceptions and get sacked 14 times and throw for 500 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically.
it's basically Oklahoma versus Texas Tech all over again. Is what he's saying.
Yep. All right, next game we got another divisional matchup.
Wait.
What?
I had a pick for that. You're talking about Baker Mayfield.
Go
I
ahead.
think that dude was out fucking partying with all the players last week at the fucking Red River Showdown, what the fuck you call it. Give me the fucking Detroit Lions -3 all goddamn day long. This pass rush is
Yeah.
gonna be way too much for him. He's not gonna know what to do, and they're gonna be fine. Give me the Lions 3. Don't matter. It could be 7 here. I would still take them.
All right.
All right, you can go on the next one.
Cardinals at Rams. Cardinals are road dogs. Not much going on here except Cooper Kupp and Puka are just rolling down the road. Best buddies now, trading catches. Matthew Stafford's going to start pulling out some victories here now that he's got another weapon on his offense. Van Jefferson just got traded to the Falcons. I think that just opens up the avenue for more opportunities for Puka and Kupp to just kind of solidify who's getting the ball. But
When that happened,
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. Yeah, throw me the Rams though. I this would be a matchup that I would take the Cardinals, but Aaron Donald alone, I just no way. No way. And it's a divisional game too.
yeah, I'll touch it in a couple of minutes here.
There's a Sunday night football game that not a lot of people are excited about. They wished it was flexed out and something else was moved in. Personally, I think that the Detroit Lions and the Buccaneers should have been Sunday night football. I think it would have been badass. But that's just me. We have Giants at Bills. Not much going on here. Daniel Jones is out. Saquon might be coming back. But the
I
Bills
hope
are
so
banged
for
up
fantasy
too.
purposes.
Yeah, the
I need
Bills
him
are
so
banged
bad.
up. It's not going to be a shoe-in walk in the park. I think that the Bills do win this. It's a 14-point spread right now. I mean, but the Giants played decent against the Dolphins. They at least put up a fight. This game's not going to be fun to watch, but I got Bills.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Bills all the way. Only advantage that the Giants even remotely have is that he coached with the Bills during this whole era. I don't know if you remember that because this was a couple years ago. He was credited as one of the people that made Josh Allen so good. Yada yada. I mean, I think the thing that sucks though about Dable is I think that he's a good coach. I just think that his team they just didn't show up this year at all.
Yeah. I did want to point out though, who the fuck is going to play quarterback for the Giants? Tyrod Taylor or Tommy DeVito? Did they announce if it was Tyrod Taylor yet? Who's 34 years old versus a 25-year-old Tommy DeVito?
Bro, give me Tyrod Taylor. I'll take Tyrod.
Who the fuck is Tommy DeVito? Is that from Michael?
I was gonna say.
You don't know Tommy DeVito?
No, it's Danny DeVito, man.
Yeah,
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Tommy DeVito was a QB who played at Illinois.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna probably be Tyrod Taylor. I'm not afraid of him, and I wouldn't be if I was the Bills, but the Bills are banged up. I mean, they're missing Milano, they're missing Trey Davis, right? Is that his name?
No, Tre'Davious White.
Yeah, White. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, they're missing some key players in that defense.
But that
But
Giants offense is so ass. That
it's
O
so
line is terrible.
yeah.
I'm looking at something here. I got a rule, you know. You got to bet every primetime game. What the hell are we thinking about here?
Yeah, it's prime. It's prime. It's called prime time for a reason.
Yeah, you bet on it. You always bet on the primetime, even if it's a Sando. And you hope you win a Grando and not a fucking Sando. So
Exactly.
I'm looking here. Buffalo Bills over 29.5 points. Team total over minus 115. That'll probably be the pick for that game because I don't fucking know what props to do. So we'll just take Buffalo, type that in. Buffalo minus 29. And after a long day on Sunday, we'll see you guys all at the window. We'll be picking up a fuck ton of cash.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Lastly, this game here. Dallas Cowboys. The shitty ass Dallas Cowboys are at the shitty ass LA Chargers on Monday Night Football. The LA Chargers are home dogs. Home underdogs. Home. Are they that bad to be underdogs to the Cowboys?
I'm slamming the Chargers. Chargers money line.
Yeah. So was I. Because Eckler's back. You're gonna get
I ain't even worried about Eckler. I think the Cowboys are just not good.
No, I think they have not played anybody good except for last week against the 49ers. And they didn't play well at all. I mean, I think that the Chargers walk away with a win at home. People start talking a little bit more like, oh, are Chargers back? This is going to be a Herbert 300-yard plus game, and he's back. He's back.
All right.
Let the man cook. Let the man cook.
You think so?
No, I'm talking about you cooking.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
So you're talking about Herbert.
Well, him
All
too. Him too.
Well, you know, after everything you guys just said, it kind of is very appealing for me to be like, yeah, let's take the dog here, right? Let's go with the Chargers. But Brandon Staley, that guy's fucked.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
that dude's calling plays like he's fucked up, like had like a 6-pack of beers before the game and is still drinking during the game. Like, I got no clue, but I'm looking here, and here's what I'm gonna do. Oh, fucking A. They don't have it yet, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the odds are. I will be taking Keenan Allen touchdown scorer. Probably be, plus 110 around that range. Give me that.
All right.
You got to bet the prime times, like I said. Got to.
Yeah, I'll take Joshua Palmer to get 70 yards easy.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a pop-off game.
All right. I got something for you guys here. Got a proposition here.
Let's hear it.
Here's the thing, right? So, I got a little bit of a bet here for you. If this fucker hits, I come on the show and give you guys fucking winners. We'll see at the fucking windows every fucking Thursday. But this one has to hit. All right?
All right.
So, what do you guys think about that idea?
I like
what
it.
You got?
All right. So it's a little bit of a teaser. I love my teasers for NFL. I usually just do a 1:00 slate teaser, but this one's kind of all over the board here. 6-point teaser for the Chiefs, Dolphins, Eagles, and Bills. It kind of scares me because it's all favorites, but here's the deal with me. I don't tease across the line, so if it's a -3, I'm not going to move them to a +3. That's not how it works in my head. That's just kind of fucked, all right? So I just took a bunch of long favorites here, and I moved the Chiefs to 4.5, Dolphins to 7.5, Eagles to 1, and Bills to 8. There's a couple of lines in there that are kind of scary. What if the Dolphins only win by 7? What if the Bills only win by 8? You know what I say? Fuck them. That's what I say. And I'll see you guys on this show again next Thursday. That's what I think.
Sounds good to me.
That's a plus 262, by the way. That's a good one.
That's not bad at all.
No,
Yeah, I
not
got
at
about.
all.
If I keep coming on this show though every Thursday after that hits, I'm either gonna be fucking retiring because I'm gonna be making so much goddamn money off these picks. And I pick so many fucking games, or I'm fucking just be broke. I mean, if I'm broke though, that's the thing. Like I said earlier, I'll be earning valuable player points, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm actually winning. Like, think about it, man. I'm gonna go to the fucking Bahamas for free. Think about it. I look over here and FIU money line parlay is down 21 zip. But I'm earning valuable player points.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Just another Thursday night on Hold My Bev.
Gotta love it.
You guys got anything else?
That's all I got.
And that's all I got as well. Tony, you want to close us out?
Yes, please gamble responsibly. Don't follow this degenerate's actions. If you've got a problem, or you might know someone who has a problem and you love them very much and you care for them and you think they're degenerate, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Shouldn't you be calling 1-800-GAMBLER then?
Well, thank you, Jason, for coming on the show. We definitely got to have you on more often. It was a pleasure to have you on. Hope you enjoyed your first podcast ever. But other than that, love you guys.
Peace.
God bless. This was a goddamn pleasure. I appreciate you guys bringing me on.
Absolutely. See you guys.